to own it. Just wanted to take the time, learn all the things that I could about you. Now it's such a mess here. Oh, we are just stressed here. Used to be so easy with you.
Chug it down my throat, I got no one to call on. Pop it open when I get home. Me and my thoughts just all alone. I try to go another way, but it got me in a chokehold. Buzzing off throughout the day, why I gotta be so cool? How do I let go of this pain? No words can explain. This shit got me in a chokehold. Why do I think the things that I do? 'Cause I'm a human and I got issues. Tryna be like you, just like you, yeah. Me in a chokehold. This shit got me in a chokehold, Cause I'm in need of some loving, I'm in need of some guidance, I'm in need of just something that's gonna help deep inside me, yeah. In the chokehold, she got me in the chokehold. That's why I put my stress in the bottle. Then chug it down my throat, I got no one to talk to. Pop it open when I get home. Me and my thoughts just all alone, all alone. This shit got me in a chokehold, got me in a chokehold. I don't think you get it. I don't think you get it. No, I don't think you get it. I don't think you get it. I don't think you get it. How you lose out on a bad bitch? Give you everything that you ain't never had. Shit. Somebody like me, somebody like me, somebody like me. All the shit you really said, I can't believe I listened. All the lies, all the evidence, got me out here stressing. Changing your answer, got me thinking that it's a lesson. I don't think you get it, I don't think you get it, I don't think you get it. I don't think you get it, I don't think you get it, I don't think you get it. Put it all down when shit came around. Put money on your books, all the visits you was locked down. I stayed 10 toes down, I never drop my crown, I'd always stay around. Had your ass done and like my son, I always ran funds. When I should've gave you none, I was the type to tuck a gun, I was the type to get some. But I guess that's not enough, damn that's hella rough, damn that's hella rough. How you lose it down, bitch, and a pretty one. And that's hella dumb, left your ass with crumbs. Just like you thought, you knew you lost the best one. That's why you spin the block on. I don't think you get it, I don't think you get it, I don't think you get it. Somebody like, I don't think you get it, I don't think you get it, I don't think you get it. Somebody like me, somebody like me, somebody like me, no. Somebody like me, somebody like me.
Thank you for coming on the show today, Stevie.
Yes, thank you for having me.
So I have seen you for like the last few years, and you've grown as an artist. You're everywhere. You act, you model, and you sing.
Yeah, thank you.
What's your favorite?
Definitely singing. That's definitely roots to like childhood and stuff. But I love acting as well. Acting could be fun.
How old were you when you started singing?
I want to say 3 to 4. I would sing Disney movie songs like The Little Mermaid, stuff like that. And then go on to Spanish songs, and then go on to, the modern day songs for me, those back, what are considered oldies now, So,
well, it's one thing to like sing, everyone's like, oh, I could sing, but you do everything.
Yeah.
You write all of your own songs. Yeah. When did you start that?
I did poetry. It's definitely just a build-up from poetry.
Okay.
I did poetry since I was like 12, and then it just got deeper and deeper.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Then you put it all together. I love that.
Yeah,
okay,
definitely.
So tell us about the songs today. So what inspired that?
So Chokehold is about people that are going through addiction. So basically, it don't matter what kind of addiction. In this particular song, my addiction was talking about alcoholism. And it's basically about, those people that are having a hard time breaking through things because they can't find other ways to vent. They can't find other ways to get through it. So they get through their pain through the addiction. And so that's what Chokehold is about. Me personally, I was going through a whole thing where I was drinking too much. And, I was like, doing other things among that. Can't say that, but.
But did you feel like you were addicted, or did you feel like it was a phase because it was like early 20s?
I was addicted. I was definitely, because it was my early 20s, you know what I mean?
And you couldn't really start like doing stuff without that, or like couldn't perform without it?
No, not even that. It's just more of like, you want something to rest with, you know what I mean? Come back and rest with. And for me, it was just, for some women it's wine, for some people it's other things, but for me it was just alcohol, and it didn't matter what it was. Like, it's just alcohol, I'll just drink it. And it made me a very bad person. It brought out a lot of things that I didn't recognize in myself. So when I was going through that type of pain, and then I also noticed other family members that I reflected at the same time, So that song was definitely inspired off the alcoholism that I was going through, that other people were going through, and just what people go through on an everyday thing in general, you know what I mean? So
did you see a lot of that in the industry? Because now you're acting, modeling, and doing all that, and you saw a lot of that sort of thing even happening, huh?
Well, people pick their poison, you know what I mean? And it doesn't matter what it is, it's poison. At the end of the day, I feel like people really need to make themselves aware of what it does to you, because it's for the good time, it's for the party, but did you know a hangover is actually your brain bleeding? Like, your brain cells are bleeding. And it's literally poison. It's internal damage. So that's really what made me quit too. There's a lot of things that you get to know about yourself and about your body, which you can improve with. Just makes a bigger change in you.
Did you feel like your creative identity came back too as you got better out of that?
I got creative through the experiences that I just went through. You make sad songs when you're feeling sad, and you make happy songs when you're feeling happy. You make turn up songs when you're feeling turned up. It's just the inspiration all behind it, basically.
And then what's really cool about you take gaps and you always come back to it. And I know that you started a family recently, did all that stuff too. Tell us a little bit about that.
So whenever I take gaps, it's always to come back harder, every time. Recently I had a daughter, so that was worth all the stop to me, to be honest. And she changed my life. She gave me a whole new perspective of myself, different respects of myself, different standards of myself that I should set. So it is true, things happen in life that definitely reshapes you, makes you look at things differently. But like I said, every time I had a gap with things, I always came back harder, and it gave me the experiences that it did. And I loved every single one of them. It was cool.
So what about the other song, the second song that you sing?
So Somebody Like Me is basically talking about how loyal somebody could be, how much you're willing to put down on the line for somebody, and they're still able to fumble you, they're still able to lose you. It's like, I don't think you get it. I don't think you get how much you messed up. So that's the meaning behind Somebody Like Me, which is the title of the song, Somebody Like Me. And following that song, it's also follows up to what I was saying about my standards and the things that I'm willing to put up with and things like that. Because I'm a very down person. But are you worth me doing that? You know what I mean? Are you worth me going those limits for? So So yeah, that's pretty much what the song is inspired behind.
Do people ever know their songs are about them when you sing these songs? You just get back to them
I
somehow.
think a couple people.
That's good.
I mean, what's a song without the message?
Exactly,
Yeah.
right? Oh my gosh. And what's cool now is now you're performing again, so we can actually come see you live. So
Yeah.
Club Encore, that's one of your main spots now,
Yes.
right?
So Club Encore, I'm going to be hitting that Wednesday night. So when you guys get a chance, go ahead and hit that Club Encore on Wednesday. Wednesday night, the date is...
So it's going to be Wednesdays regularly, like every
No,
Wednesday?
not every Wednesday,
But
but they do
some
have
of them.
R&B Wednesdays at Club Encore, so you
Okay.
guys go ahead and check it out. Shout out So Certified. He's the host of that, and he's giving chances to basically all of the independent artists of the Valley. So
And
you guys-
Friday, you're going to be there too.
Friday, yes. I'm also going to be performing there on Friday as well. So you guys go ahead and check it out. Slide on your girl, Queen Stevie.
All right, and you're good about telling us on your social media when you're going to be at all these places,
Yeah.
right?
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
good.
I'm always
good.
Because like I said, I was like, I'm very busy. Like I'm gonna be heading to Vegas. 2 music videos are going to be dropping as well. So go ahead and look up Queen Stevie when you guys get a chance on YouTube. There's gonna be some great music videos. Underscore I am Queen Stevie official on Instagram. There's gonna be some great projects and reels going up there as well. YouTube Queen Stevie. All of that good stuff.
Where are all the places that you're going to perform? You're actually going to go on a tour.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're doing stuff here, you're doing stuff in Vegas.
Yeah.
Tell us all about the tour.
Oh man. Okay. So shout out to the home team. Shout out to my manager Dre. So yes, we're going to be. I'm going to be going to Las Vegas, and we're going to be going to do this big old concert that's basically called Austin Meets Vegas, and it's basically where all kinds of artists come together and they get to perform. They
Like
get
a
to
festival,
network.
kind of?
Yep.
Okay,
Yep,
cool.
Basically like that, and then. I'm going to be going to that. I'm going to be going up to San Francisco to meet Mesa Tabalist. Shout out Mesa Tabalist. Up in San Francisco to be doing his podcast show and going to be performing at his club. I have just so much things. And then, the Encore nightclub here in Fresno, California. Much love to my city, Fresno, California. Other than that, and there's more coming. I can't really speak on it too much because it's not locked in yet. But yeah, there's a lot of things lining up.
And what about, where can we stream your music from? Like the stuff we hear today, where can we listen to it?
Definitely. So the stuff that you heard today, it's going to be on an album called God's Favorite, my album that just dropped July 4th. And you could hear that, you could stream that on Spotify, you could stream that on Apple Music, YouTube, everywhere that you can find streaming services.
Oh, that's so cool. Oh my gosh,
thank
how
you.
exciting. And then locally, besides Encore, anything else that we should keep our eyes peeled for locally?
Keep your eyes out for,
Because you're going to come back and forth on the tour.
yeah.
You're gonna do stuff in Vegas, come back, and go do stuff, and come back.
I'm just doing a lot of project music videos. I'm just all dropping music videos from this point. And
Are you
then-
performing with anybody else?
Not that I know of so far. It's just a solo thing until I could, get more out there because I'm just traveling,
Oh my gosh, what can you tell us about your music video? I know you told me a little bit, but whatever you could drop to your fans. Is there anything you can reveal?
So I don't want to talk about somebody like me because I want everybody to be surprised.
Okay, that's fine. Tell what you're comfortable talking about.
So I did make a song called Killa, and I want you guys to definitely get a chance to check that out. That's going to be filmed in the middle of Fresno City, California, my hometown. And you guys are just going to see me just performing in the middle of our hop or in the middle of one of these days of
Okay.
cruise and stuff like that. And it's going to be nice. Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm planning, big things.
Oh my god! So how many songs are on this one that dropped on July 4th? This
So there's 6. There's 6, and they're all
that's
really
actually
good.
pretty impressive.
Thank you. Yeah. There's 6 of them, and they're all just great listenings. So yeah, whenever you guys get a chance to sit down and actually hear the whole thing of God's Favorite, go ahead, take your chance. You guys won't regret it. This is probably going to be your regular bumps, from there on out. So,
If there's anybody that you would collab with musically, who would it be?
oh God, that's endless.
I know.
But I would say my idols. So, in a rap reference, my idol is definitely Eve. She's so classic. I love that woman. And then, in a singer point of view, I would love to collaborate with either Janae Aiko or Pink or, people that are very outstanding as singers. There's a lot of them too. So,
Right. I know it was a hard question.
But yeah, mainly just the OGs, you know, the greats. So yeah.
So what are you looking to do now? You told us about what's going on this year, but what are some things like where you're going to be like 3 years? What would you hope for?
Honestly, I want to start a voiceover career. I really want to try getting more into my acting scene and getting more into voiceovers. It looks really fun behind the scenes when you're messing with like voiceover cartoons and stuff like that, animations, and I feel like I could definitely portray a few characters if I really tried. And then, but definitely more of the acting perspective I want to get deeper into.
Is that why you love the music videos so much? Because you get to act?
Oh, yeah. Just
You get to do your two favorite things together.
I got to say, improving is definitely my favorite thing to do. And then and scene, so dramatic.
Are you ever looking to go on any of those shows like The Voice or American Idol? Because I know a lot of people are doing that here.
I've done it a couple times, you know.
What's the experience like?
The experience is long.
That's what I thought. I was like,
and at the time that I was seeing, I was basically already thinking they probably picked their people, you know, because they want to pick 4 people out of 5,000, you know what I mean? And, you know, the opportunity was there for me. I tried them. Didn't work out. But
did you get callbacks?
Not with those, no, but... You know, like I said, we live in a world where there's plenty of opportunity, plenty of chances.
Right.
So I knew sooner. I did that when I was like 19.
Okay, so the process was kind of like, I'm not going to do that again.
No, I mean, I thought about doing it again, but I'm like, I could probably make it better on my own because all the people that actually left that did and became successful on their own.
Right,
you know?
yeah.
So that's how I was like, you know, I probably have a better chance doing it on my own. So... Yeah, that's how I am with it.
Everyone's going to follow you. We got to see. I'm so glad I finally got you on here because I think I've known you since like for 5 years. You've always been doing something.
Right, yeah, and I got to stay out the way, girl, if it's not about business, you know. So.
And you were working in LA too for a little bit too.
Yeah,
I know you did some acting opportunities there. So
yeah.
Well, now the strike's over. Hopefully we get more things, and I can't wait to watch your singing career.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for coming on the show today.
Yes, thank you.
Thanks for coming on the show today. How long have you been doing photography?
I've been doing photography for roughly 7 years, right about.
And then did you start with a real camera? Like what, how do you get?
No, so I started with my little iPhone. I had a little iPhone 6 and I started photography with that. I just, you know, in middle school, I would go out and I would just start taking photos randomly and they would come out good. So I was like, oh, well, maybe it's time for me to get a camera. So in high school, I bought my own camera and everything took off from there.
Did you notice that pictures came out better on the camera or on the iPhone? Because I've heard people have this debate that iPhones are that amazing that they come out better than camera. What do you think?
It really depends. So iPhones, I feel, are a lot better for, you know, when you take a picture, it automatically adjusts the light for you on the iPhone. Like it has kind of a dynamic lighting. And then with the camera,
it's all
I
you?
feel like the lighting is not as perfect, especially if you're in manual mode. You know, you have to adjust things.
That's where you really have to like know your lights.
Yeah. And so then you just go in and edit everything and
So where can we buy your photos?
So I have a website. It's under Cambria C Photography. So that's where you can look me up on Instagram as well, under Cambria_C Photography. And you can buy my stuff there.
What are some of your favorites that you've taken?
My favorite photos that I've taken, I have a few. So one of them is a Yosemite photo. It's of a tree. It's just a black and white photo of a tree, but it has this orange highlight in the leaves, and it's perfectly out of focus to where you get like the background, and I just love the color scheme of that one.
Was it an accident?
The out of focus?
That how it all came out, or was it a little on purpose?
Slightly an accident, slightly on purpose. That's kind of how most of my photos go.
The ones you like, right? Like,
yeah.
I figured.
And then a few more would probably be, I have a photo from the Grand Canyon. That's not a very typical photo of the Grand Canyon, because usually when you see shots of the Grand Canyon, you see like the whole panoramic, like wide depth of the canyon. This one was just shot straight down into the canyon, but it has this little accent hill on it, and I just love the color scheme of like the background along with the hill, like right in the corner. It just looks really beautiful. It looks like Mother Nature had just like painted a canvas in the canyon, and I love it so much.
I love it. Do people even know it's the Grand Canyon when they see that right away?
Not really. Most of them do, some of them don't. It really just depends, so.
Where is somewhere you want to go to take photos? What's one of your dream locales?
Ever since, honestly, before I started doing photography, Africa. I've always wanted to go to Africa. I love lions. I love like nature and elephants. Oh my goodness!
You're like more of a landscape artist. You're gonna try to take in-action photos of the most dangerous animals in the world.
Yeah, of course. That counts as nature. So I just love Africa so much. The landscape's beautiful. The animals are just gorgeous over there. So
that's something that's on the bucket list.
Mm-hmm.
What part? Have you like researched a little bit about where you want to go?
I have not. I've heard, I think it's South Africa has a lot of good tours over there, and they do like a lot of the tram rides and everything. So most likely there. That's where all of the nature is.
What animals do you want to get?
Well, the elephants, the lions, just the whole landscape. I love the shots of like the animals that like, the herds, and the drone is like flying over, and you just see the herds like running through the land. Like, I love those photos and those videos. They're so gorgeous.
That would be really cool. So, okay, I know that you're more of a landscape person, not a person, but you are kind of trying to get into people a little bit.
Yeah, so I have been trying to get into portrait photography. I started that maybe about 1.5 years ago. I started really going into the portrait photography. So far I've taken, senior photos. I've done a few family photos.
Do you like it or
not? I find it very difficult for myself because I'm a landscape photographer. I feel like, and I've talked to multiple photographers about this, it's very different going from landscape into, people and taking portraits. It's just this whole different thing because you're working with a person and you have to direct them about how to pose, where they should be looking, how their hair looks, what the lighting and everything is in your actual landscape. So I have been trying to self-learn, and portrait photography is just one of those things that is very hard to be like self-taught. So,
are you going to take classes on some of this stuff?
I probably will, especially with portrait photography. I probably will.
What's the feedback that you've gotten on the photos that you've taken of people?
I've always, for people, I've gotten pretty good feedback. They usually say that they like what they see. A lot of times they like, how the color turns out. I guess I'm very good at editing.
Hey, that's really important.
Yeah, so.
And then with the portrait photography, have you been taking them into like some of the good locations that you like, or not really?
I try to as much as possible. It's kind of difficult because a lot of the areas that I do like to take photos are, you know, Yosemite and Shaver Lake and all of these mountainous places that are like an hour to 2 hours up
So people
the mountain.
are not down for that.
Yeah, so I've taken pictures mostly at Woodward Park. That's kind of my go-to. Sometimes in the Friendship Gardens, sometimes just on the trail. There's this really nice trail on the side of the park where it goes into the canyon area, and it has really nice like trees that line up the trail, and I've taken photos there, and it's really nice.
Oh, that's nice. So when are you going to do a trip to Africa? You got to do a next trip to something.
I don't know, as soon as my budget allows it, I guess.
Where do you want to go? Like, what's your in the U.S. dream, kind of like where you would like to go take pictures?
In the U.S., probably, honestly, I would probably go back to Oregon. I've been there before. I've taken a few photos in Oregon.
You have a lot to work with in Oregon. It's almost like California, but it's like a different version of it.
Yeah, it's personally, the beach areas are more interesting to me because they have more rock landscape and cliff sides.
Right.
You know, in Oregon, the trees touch the ocean, and so it's mountains and ocean like right next to each other. In California, you know, you have a few beaches that are like that, but not all.
Oh, that's interesting that you say that. Yeah, I have friends that live in Oregon. They're also always like, yeah, we do so many pictures here. It's great for photos. So I love that. So we can buy your work, and then Facebook, Instagram, where can we follow you at?
So on Instagram, Cambria C Photography. Facebook, I don't have one yet, so.
Okay, so we're just going to Instagram, and we're going to a website. And the website, we can actually contact you in there in about, and also if we want you as a photographer, we can contact you on the website and on your Instagram.
And on my Instagram, yeah.
That is so cool. So like, you're pretty open to doing a lot of things then.
Yeah.
And so if anybody's getting married in a landscape area, that'd be the ideal go-to. Have you done a wedding yet?
I have not. I'm actually doing my first wedding in November. I'm very nervous about it.
Oh my goodness.
I've done a few photos for that couple up in Shaver in like Bass Lake area, and they turned out really good. And so they want me to do their wedding in November. So it's going to be very interesting for me.
Are they getting married somewhere cool?
Yeah, they're getting married up at Bass Lake.
Oh, okay. So you have something cool to work with at least.
Yeah, you know, my typical mountain landscape.
At least
so
you got that down. That's good.
Yeah.
And then weather and everything. Oh my goodness. Are you worried about all that?
A little bit.
Has it been a problem so far, weather, or you work with it?
Most of the time I work with it. At first I had an issue with clouds because cloud lighting is very different. I like a lot of sunset lighting and like that golden hour lighting. But I've learned to work with clouds because
some photographers love clouds.
Right? Yeah, a lot of photographers love clouds, and so I personally don't. But the thing that I do like about clouds is it allows you to play with the lighting a little more, and there's a lot less shadows. Like especially for portrait photography, clouds are preferred because you don't have harsh shadows and then harsh lighting, you know, splitting the picture up. So.
Well, we're going to follow you everywhere. Everyone's got to follow. And I love your portraits. I got to look too. I got to see what I went in there. I need some artwork.
Yeah,
Thank you so much for coming on my show today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Summer nights and long warm days, stolen as the old moon falls, and the mirror shows another face, another place to hide it all. another place to hide it all. And I'm lost behind the words I'll never find. And I'm left behind as the seasons roll by. Sleeping with the full moon blanket and sand and feathers for my head. And dreams have never been the answer. Dreams have never made my bed. Dreams have never made my bed. And I'm lost behind the words I'll never find. And I'm left behind as the seasons roll by. And I wanna fly above the storm. Yeah, you can't buy feathers in the rain. And the naked floor is cold as hell. And the naked floor reminds me. Yeah, and the naked floor reminds me. I'm lost behind the words I'll never find. And I'm left behind. Seasons roll on by.
Thank you for coming on the show today.
Thank you.
You've been doing this for a while. You play like a lot of different instruments, don't you?
Yeah, I've been playing since I was 11. I started on trombone, then I went to guitar. So I've been playing for quite a while. I picked up a few instruments here and there, like piano. I played bass guitar. I was even in drum lines in high school. Section leader. I was in honor band. So I have quite a bit of experience.
Wow. What's your favorite thing to play?
Favorite thing to play? Honestly, guitar. My main instrument is trombone, but guitar is where I'm at.
When's the last time you played the trombone?
Ooh, since college? Man, it's been a while.
Okay, so you are down to a lot of things. Like you do music nights, you've hosted like open mics or karaoke?
I've done open mics.
You've done, okay. And so what do you enjoy doing?
I really enjoy doing, honestly, open mics. When I'm on trombone, I love doing solo work. If I'm not solo, I like doing some chamber work, probably with trombone ensembles or just brass quintets. Anything like that interests me.
And you also teach music privately if people need to.
Yes, I started teaching music in high school around my sophomore year. Stopped around COVID, because obvious reasons. Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, that's where my heart is. I'm going to college for that and doing music production on the side, trying to write my own stuff, but mainly education.
Oh my God, is that hard to teach people how to play?
It's very hard. I'd say it's easier to teach the older students. I was teaching probably the 11 to 12 year old range when I was teaching. So I felt like that was more of a challenge, just getting them engaged and finding out where their strengths are and just working upon that and trying to get them down to fundamentals was probably the hardest challenge. But getting them motivated I feel like I succeeded in that.
Oh, that's good, because I would think a lot of parents are pushing their kids to take an instrument they might not want to take.
Yeah, and I've seen that. I've seen that during my lessons too. The first couple lessons I had with one student, they were really not feeling it. And then I started playing, just asking what kind of music they liked, and then I learned that song, taught them that song, and they just really started getting into
So
music.
if they got passionate about the song,
Yes,
they could
yeah.
get passionate about the playing. Okay. Yeah. That's pretty cool. Okay, so open mic nights, how does that work? How do you host that? Where can we go?
So I usually do open mics at Barrel House in Visalia. I do that every second and last Tuesday of the month. You can go to Visalia after 6 p.m. and I'll probably be playing.
Oh, that's cool. And then other people play too, because it's an open mic.
Yeah.
So do they like come to you and then you put them in a lineup, or?
Well, you have to go pretty early, probably about an hour before, and write your name down for a specific time. I usually do a little later just to get more of a crowd.
Are a lot of people bring their own instruments?
Yeah.
Wow, so people are serious. You have like a following about people that want to come every night to play.
Yeah, every night, and then they also set up some instruments for bands, or like they have their own piano, so people don't have to bring their own piano.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, no, they don't have to carry their 100-pound piano.
That's really cool. Oh my gosh, and everyone loves Barrel House beer, so that's really cool.
Yeah.
Who are some of the people that you've played with that we would know? Because Edward Hernandez has been on the show. You said you played with him.
Yeah, I used to teach guitar for a company called Sound and Vision. He also worked with the ukulele class, so I used to work with him. And
he's performed at Barrel House.
Yeah, he's performed at Barrel House a few times. Yeah.
Do you ever open for him?
No, I wish
I'm going to suggest that. See, I'm going to have a talk with him. And you're down to host other open mics.
Oh yes, definitely.
No matter, even like in Fresno.
Oh yeah, in Fresno, just anywhere around the valley.
Because I know you really bring people to it. People follow you.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
So, what's like one of the craziest things that ever happened at an open mic, or what was the weirdest instrument someone brought?
There was an act where someone brought their own amplifier and they brought their own guitar, and they were playing just nonstop. So the limit is 10 minutes for these open mics, and for the entire 10 minutes, they're just playing random stuff on their guitar and screaming random words. So I think that's about the craziest thing I've seen so far.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's like a group of them?
Oh no, it's just one guy. He had like a cape and like a mask. He was dressed up like a superhero, and he was yelling and just playing, and it was quite the sight.
Do you know how to play, or was it at least playing out of tune?
He was playing a little out of tune, but he looked like he knew some fundamentals. I wouldn't really call it. I don't know if I'd call it a song.
Shoot, that sucks. You kind of have to like endure that, huh?
Yeah.
But because I know I've done a lot of open mics at the bars, and they're usually good. For the most part, everybody's good. So
Yeah,
that must have been like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, that was a full 10 minutes of just.
You're like, when's it going to be over?
Yeah.
You put a timer on sometimes?
Yeah, they usually have someone with a timer there, and just they'll be on the side of the stage saying "wrap it up." So yeah, that's just the person to look for.
And then where can we get a hold of you? What's like your social media that we can actually call upon you to say, hey, can you host this open mic?
My Instagram is it's.joseph10. I don't have a Facebook set up for my music right now, but yeah, my Instagram handle, again, it's.joseph10.
You're pretty quick if somebody says, hey, come and host this open mic.
Yeah, I'm always looking on there.
And then, like, have you performed with different bands, or you mainly do solo stuff?
I mainly do solo stuff. When I performed in bands, I was usually trombone, like I said, wind ensembles, or
But did you fill in? Did you ever fill in? Because I know bands are always looking for, like, someone to do this last minute,
I've never really filled in. I'd be very willing to fill in, but I've never done it myself, no.
Really?
No.
Have you ever performed at a wedding?
I have for a piano a long time ago, and that went okay. They were satisfied
You
with
seem
it.
nervous about it, like you never
no.
want to do that again.
Yeah, no. If I could go back, I would have practiced probably a week before. So.
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
So you will be a band filler in for that. And then what about in open mics when they don't have, if they're like, we want to play this? Do you fill in with the guitar and the piano if they're missing like a piece?
I've never been approached to fill in for anyone. If I was, obviously I probably would. But
so a lot of times people will bring their tracks.
Yeah. Some people, if they have a backing track, they'll just play it on their phone or iPod, and they'll rap or sing over it. So you don't necessarily have to bring your instrument. You just bring your track, sing over it, and that's that.
So it's a first come first serve. We don't have to like talk to you in the beginning and be like, hey, we're bringing like 10 people and some people want to sing and do that, or we can.
I'm sure you can. Yeah.
And it's very different than karaoke, because karaoke has words that you sing along to, and open mics, there is none of that.
Yeah, open mics, you're your own karaoke machine. You
better
provide
know
the
that.
music. Yeah, you provide the music. You sing the music. So yeah.
That is awesome. So you're going to be a music teacher. So where are you like in school right now as far as that?
In school, I'm going back. I was taking a break from college for a little bit. Going back this semester, same for music education, doing some music production on the side. I have my own kind of home studio that I'm learning off of right now. So, yeah.
Oh, wow. Do you have any performers that are coming in there to use that?
Oh, no.
People might be asking you now that you just said that. Everyone's going to want to go over there.
Everyone's going to want my studio.
If they're in the Visalia area, they're going to be like, hey, let's go perform there.
$100 an hour.
Hey, that's how much it is. You could charge it. Mm-hmm. That is so cool. We're going to follow your progress. How much more school do you have to do when you go back?
Oh, man. So I'm at probably the community college for about a year. Then I'm planning to come back probably to Fresno State, do the rest of my music degree there, get my credentials, hopefully get into teaching that way.
Oh, wow. That sounds like so much work. You're like, it is a lot of work. But hey, you like it. You're dedicated. And you actually like teaching students.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, we're going to follow everything you do. And then we also want to come to open mic night. So you said it was Tuesday or Wednesday?
It was the second Tuesday and the last Tuesday of every month.
So you're available other nights if people need you for every night but Tuesday?
Yes.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming on my show.
Alrighty. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming on my show today.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Okay, so what's going on? You have a lot going on this summer. Where should I be? Where's the happening spot?
Excuse me. Well, I have a comedy show coming up on September the 6th at Club One. That's another thing. I mean, what's going on? What I have going on.
Well, how many comedians are going to be at this event?
6.
Oh, that's cool. Last time I think there were only 4. So how do you squeeze all that into like one night?
Well, you know, I got like 2 local comedians. I'm bringing like 4 comedians from LA. You give them time, like the headliner, they get like 45 minutes. The in between time, they get like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. It depends on the crowd and, you know, stuff like that.
It's becoming the hot spot for comedy. So what else have you been doing all year long? Where's your usual spot?
Well, my usual spot, I don't have an actual usual spot no more. When I first moved back to Fresno, I started the Tower Theater. I did a couple shows there, the Bird Nest. I did all the local clubs, you know, the Next Bar, right here, the Fulton, just everywhere.
When you moved back, so where were you?
I was in Los Angeles.
The whole time?
Yes.
No, that was just like me. I grew up here, and then I lived there, and then I came back here. So it's cool because that's where you're bringing your friends from over here, huh?
Oh, yeah. Well, I was born right here in Fresno, but like I said, I grew up in L.A., and, you know, growing up in L.A., I had a chance to, you know, like Curtis Baldwin, the guy I'm bringing, you know, that's my childhood friend. He's a pound 227. Now he's a comedian. You know, I brought him out here. Well, the last spot I had actually, Sparkle was Bobby Salazar. Like 2019, I did a Mother's Day show, and I brought him out here, and everybody couldn't believe that Curtis Ball from 227 does comedy now. So when I said I'm putting the show together, you know, a couple of people asked me, was I bringing Curtis back? I said, yeah, I'm going to bring him back to Fresno.
Wow. So do you go there a lot and do comedy as well?
Well, I promoted a couple shows in L.A. You know, we had it was a club, it was a restaurant called M&M's, and we used to do like a Monday night comedy. Like I said, I started my first company in 1999. You know, and I met a lot of comedians. Actually, I met Ezel Big Brother Peanut. I was doing extra work on Moesha's show, and I met him. You know, and then I had won some money.
I know, Peanut. Wow.
Yeah. That's my partner. He's coming, what? You know, like I say.
For real?
Yeah.
Well, I haven't seen Peanut since I actually lived in LA. I knew him from LA. That's pretty fun. Cool.
Mm-hmm. So he got a cool fan base right here in Fresno. Like I say, I've been around comedy a lot. You know, that's, you know, when I came home from federal prison, I started my company and, you know, promote comedy. Then, like I say, I try to bring the people that Fresno, you know, they like. I don't have the budget to bring the big dogs, you know, but I know them, you know. I know a lot of comedians because I worked with a lot of them when I was in L.A.
Who are some of your favorite local comedians?
My favorite local comedian, man, it's a guy, man, from Vassay. His name is Tony Martin. He's a white comedian.
I haven't seen him. Is he going to be there that night?
No, man. He said, you know, he's already booked for that night. There's another guy named Trent Babb, a white guy, white comedian right here in Fresno. They're good. Trent is going to make it. You know, I started working with Tony like 6 years ago, and he was shy. You know, he did a couple of shows for him in L.A. And I'm like, Tony, man, you got it. And then when I got in contact, he was like, Raj, you know, I'm booked on that day, but thank you for, you know, helping me. You know, then this guy, Weezy the P, he's going to be my host. There's the local comedians that I, you know, that I like.
He's at that Club One often, huh? I think he was there the last time I was at Club One.
Oh, yes, Weezy, yeah, he had Club One. He, last month he had brung Scrancho. He brung the homie Scrancho out here. It was a nice show, and then I got together with him and DJ Throwback. That's actually how I got the club, because like I said, I work with DJ Throwback, I work with Weezy, and you know, they know what I do as far as a promoter.
Is DJ Throwback going to be there on September?
Yes, he is.
Oh, well, awesome.
Yes, he is.
Another friend too. Just have them all.
Hopefully you be there, you know, on your show,
of
man.
Course. I get support. I love the comedians at Club One and you guys, so that's really cool. So you started your company, and then explain that to me. You guys, you have shows that go from here to Los Angeles. What does all the company entail?
I have shows did shows up north. As far as I went up north, like Sacramento, we did a show, you know, just like 18, I did a show. I do shows in LA, and I also do shows in Vegas. It depends on, you know, if I can get the venue.
So that's like kind of the radius. So do California, but it'll go to Vegas too if it matches. Okay.
Yes. But I got action. I got a partner, man. He wanted me to come to Detroit, Michigan, and Flint, Michigan. His name Maurice with Mohit Magazine. We putting together a celebrity basketball game and also a comedy show.
Oh, I love the people out there. They're so receptive to Californians.
Oh yeah, they love us.
That's great. Well, you have a busy ass life. What else do you do?
Well, you know, I do community work. You know, like I say, when I came home from federal prison in '96, I got a proclamation from the city of Fresno, September 7, 1996. That when Mayor Patterson was the mayor, he gave me a proclamation. I brought the gangs together for a day of peace. You know, trying to tell them, you know, to stop the killing and stuff like that. Then 20 years later, I got another one from Oliver Bain. So right now, as far as doing community work, I deal with her name Regina Williams. She has something called Dope. And you know, I'm like a big brother, a mentor.
So what does that stand for?
Don't give me the line. She gonna be so mad at me. She gonna be so mad at me. But it's called Dope, man. You know, Dope Wild.
I know it stands for something.
Yes, it stands. No, her son, Ahana, he was murdered a couple of years ago. A senseless murder right here in Fresno, and she gonna be mad at me. But I know she named after her son. You know, because he was an aspiring rapper, and he was really finna do big things right here in Fresno. And you know, like they say, they murdered him senseless. Gang violence right here in Fresno.
That is so sad, but it's so good that you're doing proactive community outreach on it.
Yes.
Is it rewarding? What's the feedback you hear on that?
You know, I learned this from my mom, man. She always said, if you save one person, your job is done. I just like to try to give back. Like I say, I also work with Brian King. He was the founder of the Fresno Sea Strengths. You know, I just like talking to the kids, man, trying to encourage them, to let them know that there's only two things gonna happen if you sell drugs or you gangbang, stuff like that. They got a casket and a sale for you. So make your choice.
Pick
what's what you want, man.
Oh my goodness. No, I'm so glad you do a lot for the community. So if somebody wants to book you as a comedian, or they want to book your talent for their venue, what do we go through? Who do we have to call?
Well, you know, I'm not a comedian. You can call me if, like I said, like I bring my friends out here. You know, I manage a couple of comedians. Like I said, I manage Peanut, also manage.
But that's your main that you manage. You don't really manage musicians. It's all like pretty much comedians and DJs, right?
No, I got Right now, I'm in my company's called 3R Entertainment. I got Peanut, he's a comedian. And then I got a guy I consider my nephew because I knew him when he was in his mother's stomach. His name is T-Joint. He's 18 years old. He's the hottest really rapper out right now.
So a few musicians. Okay.
Yes, and then I also manage a guy. His name is Michael Thomas, the one I was telling you about in Detroit. He just did like 26 years in prison for marijuana, and he got a clemency from the state of Michigan. You know, they gave him a clemency. Now he got his clemency program going on. I manage him, and I just got the phone prior to coming up here. I just got the phone with him. He got this big event coming September.
And that's mainly like players, right? You have this like a lot of sports players and that.
No. He's like I say, I don't manage. I just manage. You know,
it's everybody.
Yes,
okay.
Individual people. You know, who like I say, they say I'm a go-getter. So, you know, I like to talk, you know, I like to build.
Hey, if you know people and you could throw an event, that's all you need to do.
Yes. I love to bring people together. I love, like an organizer.
Okay, so where do we contact you? What's your social media so we can get, because I know a lot of club owners around town that probably want to have some of that going on.
Well, you can call, you know, I'm really like old school, you know, I'll give you my phone number, you know.
Okay, what's your number?
559-290-6762. You can call me, but you can catch me on social media, on my Instagram.
Well, I like your social media because you tell us where you're going to be, and you're good at promoting. So what's your social?
It's Roddy J. Roddy J30, you know, Mr. CEO Rod. I had a bunch of them because I don't know why people hack your stuff on the social media. You know, I'm not famous. I don't have a bunch of money, but I do get hacked. I don't know why. So, you know, that's the ones I use now.
That's the one you use now. So Roddy J. Okay. And so Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all the usual platforms?
No, you know, I'm well, my little niece
Facebook?
told me I need to start a TikTok and what's the other one?
Instagram.
No, I have Instagram.
Oh, okay.
Twitter.
Oh, okay.
You know, like I say, when they had MySpace, I had a MySpace.
I remember those days. That was a good old time.
Yeah, I didn't know how to work it, but my little sister like, brother, you going viral. I didn't know what viral was. She like, you got a lot of followers. So I wish I can actually go back to my MySpace page and check it out.
So where do we go to buy tickets for the September event?
Well, the ticket's going to, like I say, the show is not until September the 6th, you know.
So we can just go to the door, or we should get them in advance?
I think they're going to start selling them at Club 1 probably next week, and I'm going to set up the Eventbrite. You'll be able to get them on Eventbrite. Like I say, call me. I'm finna go get some tickets made so I can have some physical tickets so when people see me. And I'm also going to bring 2 tickets to you so you can give them away on your show.
Awesome. No, this is going to be great. Thank you so much for coming on today, and I can't wait for September 6th. I'll be there.
Thank you for having me, Ms. Sparkles.
Felt right in the moment, felt right in the summertime. It felt right drinking cherry wine with you. I just wanted to own it, just wanted to take the time, learn all the things that I could about you. Now it's such a mess here, oh, we are just stressed here. Used to be so easy with you. Now I must confess here, oh, I must confess, dear, don't think I'm in love with you. Winter is coming and I don't know what to do, and there's no more use in running, no more running to you. And I don't want your loving, I don't wanna be just friends, knowing all this time we were playing pretend.
It's a mystery.
Hi, I'm Sparkle Sujin, and I am the host of the Everything Sparkle Show. I would like to invite you to come and hang out with me every Thursday at 4 p.m. Pacific Time, 7 p.m. Eastern, as I interview the world one guest at a time. Everything Sparkle is available on Roku, Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and CMAC.tv. Plus, if you're in the Central California area, you can watch on Comcast Xfinity Channel 93 or AT&T Uverse Channel 99. Hope to see you there.
I've been in the industry for 10 years, and I've seen a lot of shifts in the market over those 10 years. Prior to that, I was a deputy sheriff for Fresno County and served 15 years where I was medically retired after being shot in the line of duty. I had tried lending for a while and I did not really enjoy that as much, but being with the people, that's what I really did enjoy. So taking them from sometimes people that aren't sure if they can even afford a home and showing them how they can leverage their time and their money, fix their credit, and get them to the point that they can now go out and purchase a home. And buying your first home, much less any other home at any given time, is a tremendous feeling of accomplishment, because I truly believe we still have the American dream, and to be able to help people achieve that, that just fills me with so much pride, and I feel fulfilled as well as successful. There's two different things. You know, you have what you can afford on paper, and then your comfort level, because your lifestyle and what you live like and what you want to be able to do does matter. We don't want you to be house poor and pocket rich, or vice versa, where you're just like, man, I cannot afford the monthly payments. So pairing that up with what your goals is extremely important, and getting below the surface level to understand why we're doing what we're doing. And in order for you to do that, you really have to know the people, you have to get to talk to them, and they really have to trust you. Once you've built that bond and they trust you going forward, then you work together as a team so that you're not having conflict going through the process. When purchasing or selling a home, it's the biggest transaction most people will have in their life. What I do is I come in and I try and take all the stress off you. Allow me to take on the stress so you can relax. Yeah, people ask me about my car all the time. I have Mr. Fresno plastered across the side on both sides, big, huge lettering. It goes front to back. That's very interesting. When I first put it on there, of course, I was a little nervous, let's be honest. But as I started driving around, people would continually ask me, what is Mr. Fresno? A lot of times people, I found out, will even Google it. And what that does is it boosts me up in the higher rankings. So when you look up Fresno real estate or you look up Mr. Fresno, I'm always in the top 3. I can take somebody that I barely met, don't know anything about them, and by the end of it, we're friends and we're being invited over for coffees afterwards, and I maintain those relationships. Because I truly believe it's a relationship business, not selling home business. The idea is that no matter what, you want to leave people feeling that they were heard and that they matter. And so that's what I try and do with each person. So about 2 years ago, this mother of 2 children, single mother of 2 children, was a vet, and she had never purchased a home. Her entire life has been spent renting. She was paying quite a bit amount, and so when she talked to me, we started just talking the idea of it. I was like, do you realize how much money you're spending per year that you're giving away building? You're still purchasing a home, it's just you're purchasing somebody else's home for them and their children. So we explained how the process was, we broke it down, and we went searching. And once we finally got into a place where she could, she was like, I can't believe that here I am, this age, she was older, and she says that I'm barely buying my first house, but she felt so accomplished that she's doing it. 2 years later, she made quite a bit of equity off of it, and now she's selling it. And so she called me and says, George, I'm ready to move forward with other plans in my next level in the future. So we're selling the home now. But what was really cool is the other weekend, she needed to move and she didn't have anybody to help. I asked her if she needed anything. She said no, but I found out that she had nobody to help her. So me and a couple guys just drove up. We showed up on her moving day while her truck was out there, and she started crying because we showed up. And that's the type of relationship I want to build. No matter what, from start to finish and thereafter, they can call me and I'll be there. Mr. Fresno, as I go in there and I say, hey, I'm not just George Osborne, I'm Mr. Fresno. I'm a designated local expert with the DLE network, selected out of thousands of applicants that applied for the same city name, but they chose me. Why did they choose me? They choose me because I get my clients the most favorable terms in the shortest amount of times for the most amount of money. Those are the 3 basic things. So why am I Mr. Fresno? I was born and raised here. I raised a family here. I've worked here as a deputy sheriff. I've given back to the community in various organizations, volunteer work, and I love watching the community grow. I want it to be a healthy environment for future families as well as my own family to have a homestead, to be able to grow, own homes, and prosper.